Understand? And you know the funny part about it, they made sure that this spirit world did not discriminate based on economics. And what I mean by that, hey, the people that are conscious come from all walk of life. Some are poor. Some are well-to-do. You see what I'm saying? Some barely hanging on. So they make sure that this consciousness lets you know, because we don't want this elite thing to happen and stuff where you don't identify with a group of people. You see what I'm saying? They made sure that this thing came together with all levels of black people and all, and it's you know, and it cuts across the social lines of the black community. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And that's what it was. So it's not to say, you know, the only people conscious is economically viable people. No, we got people that's living one paycheck away from poverty. We got some people in the homeless shelters. Every now and then somebody will show up from the homeless shelter to come to the conscious meeting. You see what I'm saying? So we see these particular things that actually happen. These things that actually happen to let you know that this is not an elite structure, as it is something that is spiritual, is happening with all walks of life. It's not tailor-made by some man-made justice to say, well, we tailored an economic structure or a class system, and as a result, the consciousness came out of that. No, they make sure it's coming to all walks of life. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. All different behaviors.
And one thing about that also, Bobby, is that you can have 10,000 ignorant people, but they would not have the consciousnness of one awakened being.
That's right. That's right.
You see what I mean?
That is right. So, that is right. So it's no. So as far as, like I said yesterday, when the spirit world looks down, they don't look at bodies. They look at light.
Right.
So they see a whole bunch of darkness, and they see these little specks of light spread out, and that's the only people that they are interested in, and they gravitate towards, even giving them more enlightenment and even protection, and they protect them through the darkness, and the darkness might be the ones that's not awakened.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So they don't look at things. They look at this thing based on light. And like I said, now this thing is going, even in the black community, it's not going based on economics. It's not going based on not based on skin color. It's based on, when I say, I'm talking about within the black community, whether it's light skin or dark skin or whatever, whether it's this family or with this family. It's now based on enlightened versus darkness. That's the line it's split down with. The conscious and the unconscious. Because we can't even say the white man, because our lives don't even interface with white people that much. This is a factor. Our lives every day interface with two people. Some people that you can have some type of round table with to give you some type of ease, because you're all on the same frequency of consciousness, and the ignorant.
Right.
And mostly around us is more ignorant than it is a particular person that's going to give you some type of fortitude of sense, or some type of ease when it comes to certain consciousness. And what I mean by that is, you might meet a conscious brother outside of the ones you already know that you put in your circle. You might meet a conscious person every 2 weeks, every 2 months, every 3 months, outside of the ones you know. You just so happen to look up one day and somebody got some sense. Because the majority of the people you might see just as dumb and, like they said, deaf, dumb, and blind.
Yeah, well, you do. You do have a great segment of the people who they just hollow, man. They just
right. And see, what happened was this about that though. But see, this is what I had, which is important for the mindset, because I had to even do that by even being a person that was speaking before a certain community that was in crisis. What I had to do is that I had to stop burning up energy with worrying about something that it's not even animated, it's not even living. So I'm putting some people in the whole concept of my consciousness that doesn't even exist. And that's what C. Freeman L. used to say, why fuck around with stuff that you can't do nothing about? Only deal with that what you can do something about. And so what I had to do was, and that's the fact that was a burden on me, for the simple fact I was speaking before a black community. So it was even harder than that. So I was actually putting people, I'm giving all my energy and stuff, even in thought, to a people that's not even here. There ain't nothing, they're in the graves. And so I don't burn up the energy now, even worrying about them on that particular level anymore and stuff, because that's what it does. It drains you for people that's zombies.